In today's video, I'll be showing you 4 mistakes you may be making that are turning your flowers into blobs and what to do to fix them. The first mistake is that you're not changing the angle of your brush. Notice how with this rose, I'm starting with my brush completely upright in a 90-degree angle, and then as I move outward with the rose, I change the angle of my brush to get that wider petal. I either see people use the brush on an angle the entire time, covering up a lot of that white space, or they only use the tip of their brush, holding it upright, and then they create a lot of super thin petals. You want a nice mix of the two, especially with roses. The second reason your flowers might be turning into blobs is that you aren't leaving enough white space. I pulled out one of my very first floral paintings I did when I first started painting flowers about 6 years ago, and this one turned into a massive blob. I wanted to show you that I started painting blobby flowers, but I've learned how to avoid them. I'm going to paint this again, this time leaving some intentional white space to help define the shape of the peony. At the very end, I'll show you my approach to painting peonies. Another little side note is that you might be adding way too much paint to your flowers with a wet and wet technique. Depending on the look you're going for, you may want to add in a lot of paint, but a lot of times I see way too much paint added, which gives the look of a blob, and that's really what we're trying to avoid in this video. The fourth mistake is that you're not paying attention to the basic shapes within the flower that you're trying to paint. Let's go back to this peony I painted several years ago. Peonies start in this ball-shaped bud, and then they bloom out and the petals kind of cup that shape. So I'm just going to paint a super simplified version of the shapes that we're looking for when we're painting a peony. And now as I build the peony over here, I'm being mindful of each of the strokes I place. I want them to hug that center sphere, and then with my brush at an angle, I'm painting the bottom and side petals to help give off the look of the fluffy peony. Last tip, if you're just starting out with watercolor painting, check out my playlist called Perfect for Beginners to help you get started. I'll have the playlist linked down below so you can check that out. Be sure to subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks again for watching. Bye!